Friedman continues to compare human education to buildings and physical assets. He argues that the reason we invest in education is because at the time of writing the essay, the return on investment in education was higher than investing in physical capital. He goes on to say, investment in human beings cannot be financed on the same terms or with the same ease of investment in physical capital. It is easy to see why there would be such a difference. If a fixed money loan is made to finance investment in physical capital, the lender can get some security for his loan in the form of a mortgage or residual claim to the physical asset itself, and he can count on realizing at least part of his investment in case of necessity by selling the physical asset. If he makes a comparable loan to increase the earning power of a human being, he clearly cannot get any comparable security. In a non slave state, the individual embodying the investment cannot be bought and sold. But even if he could, the security would not be comparable. The productivity of the physical capital does not, or at least generally does not, depend on the cooperativeness of the original borrower. It's dehumanizing to think of my own value as equivalent to a building that someone owns. Friedman even goes as far as talking about investment in human capital the same way venture capital firms invest in businesses. But then he does admit that that would be akin to slavery. Here's what he says. The counterpart for education would be to buy a share in an individual's earning prospects, to advance him the funds needed to finance his training on condition that he agree to pay the lender a specified fraction of his future earnings. In this way, a lender would get back more than his initial investment from relatively successful individuals, which would compensate for the failure to recoup his original investment from the unsuccessful. There seems no legal obstacle to private contracts of this kind, even though they are economically equivalent to the purchase of a share in an individual's earning capacity and thus partial to slavery.